individual. And this is something that's been really key to driving the incentives and aligning the goals between our team members and the company. We've hired HR in our main talent hubs, being Philippines and Russia. We're pretty spread out, but those are kind of like the closest thing we have to main talent hubs. And that's been really key for that additional transfer of trust with someone in the same country. When you're talking about conflict resolution, those cultural intricacies are really important when you're coming into a conflict type of situation. So, versus having someone in Canada or the US speak to someone in the Philippines and there being that kind of friction, someone in the same country dealing with these HR issues has been really key and has minimized some of the catastrophes for us. We've also hired local sales in our major markets. We tested this out with a Brazilian salesperson because we were having this issue. We were getting all these Brazilian leads, but we weren't able to sign them. So what we did was we hired a salesperson. We let him loose on these Brazilian leads. He was speaking Portuguese with them. He knew the cultural intricacies, and he was able to sign each one. And he took it further and created some outbound campaigns, contacted some other Brazilian publishers. And now Brazil is one of our strongest markets. So we leaned into this, and now we have local salespeople for our Russian-speaking countries, for India, for Spanish Latam, and we've seen similar levels of traction. So I recommend for those of you who are looking for international traction and growth, to look at hiring local salespeople because you'll get a lot better performance. To take advantage of location independence, it's important for you to take yourself out of the day-to-day, because if you are stuck just working on the day-to-day, just working on the same things, you won't be able to make those strategical shifts that are necessary to really take advantage of the potential of location independence. So I did this in 2016. My goal was to get myself out of the day-to-day, and I did it little by little, trained our clients to, the grandfather ones that want to work with me, and, to work with our teams, and, to be able to say no. And I was eventually able to get myself out of the day-to-day and working on the strategical portions of the business. And that's where we've been able to really realize the potential of location independence. Virtual assistants. So this is a bit of a pet peeve of mine. We do not have virtual assistants. It's not even part of our vocabulary. Every team member on MonetizeMore has this very specific role and has the upward mobility to be promoted to additional positions. If you have them as a virtual assistant, you're essentially putting a ceiling over them where they can't reach their potential. They're just a virtual assistant and they'll just stay there. Even if they wanted to be ambitious, you're just really kind of encasing them. So I recommend each one of you to provide them that upward mobility and allow them to reach their potential and give them those specific roles, because we've seen that a virtual assistant position has really limited their potential. And finally, the most important thing that has really contributed to our success has been committing to building a culture. This is our culture doc that we show to each one of the people that are candidates who just joined the company, who we refer to it when we make hiring decisions, promotion decisions, terminations, when we give feedback, performance reviews. It all comes down to our culture. I've talked about our cultural pillars. We have other aspects of the culture we refer to as well. And And what we found is over the years of just pretty much ringing into them and sounding like a broken record, you see people exhibiting these habits. And they not only just exhibit these habits, they become advocates for your culture. That example where our Russian dev recruiter flew over to Belgium to be proactive is a good example of it. When our team created their own leadership training program, completely proactive, that's another example. And we keep on reiterating our culture over and over again, and it's built this momentum within the company where people are working autonomously and they are pushing each other to improve every day. And when someone isn't being responsive on their emails or they didn't show up to a meeting, they say, that's not acceptable in MonetizeMore. People are really advocating this, and this takes years to happen, but when it happens, and when you start building this momentum like a snowball, that's when you're a force to be reckoned with in your industry. So, with all that said, is location independence for you? For me, I'm a pretty ideal example of someone who takes advantage of location and schedule freedom. And I've been able to hire a team that really values location and schedule freedom and thrives within that type of model. However, it's not for everybody. Some people have a better fit with running a team within an office, and that's fine. As a founder, it's important for you to really look at your own preferences, see what's best for you, and commit to it. You're in or you're out. Either go fully office or go fully location independent. Because if you do kind of half in, half out, you get the situation where you have an office and then you have some remote workers, but those remote workers, they act like freelancers. It's just another gig for them. They feel like they're not part of the company. They tend to get sheltered out of promotions. Their turnover tends to be higher, and you're really not able to get the full potential out of it. So if you take anything from this, I'd say really commit to location dependent or independent. All right, thanks everyone. Kean Graham, everyone. Kean Graham.